Let's take a look at the techniques we can use in order to simplify algebraic expressions. Algebraic expressions describe quantities using variables, and they're going to appear in virtually every problem we try to solve. When we simplify them, we get a better sense of the structure and meaning of those expressions. We'll find that clearer expressions help us to reduce errors, and they also make problem solving simpler. Let's start with a few definitions and rules to understand the key ideas behind simplification. First of all, we're going to define an algebraic expression as some combination of numbers, variables, and operations. The terms of an algebraic expression are going to be the pieces that are separated by addition and subtraction. Like terms are going to have the same variable part, including the exponents. In other words, x squared is not like x cubed. We'll find that we use the distributive property in order to get rid of parentheses and simplify our terms. We'll also see very frequently that we have to be careful when we have to distribute a negative in order to not mess up the signs of the terms in our expressions. Let's take a look at a few examples. Here we have the algebraic expression 3x plus 7 minus 2x plus 5. First of all, let's identify the terms in this. So terms are going to be separated by addition and subtraction. So we have an addition there, a subtraction there, and an addition there. So that means 3x is a term, 7 is a term, 2x is a term, or negative 2x is a term, and 5 is a term. The like terms are the ones that have the same variable raised to the same power. So since we have a 3x here, that is going to be like this term, negative 2x there, and we can combine those. Similarly, 7 and 5 are like terms because they don't have any variables at all. So this expression is going to be equal to what we get when we combine 3x minus 2x, which is x, and 7 and 5, which makes 12. Let's try another one. This one has some parentheses in it, so we're going to want to get rid of those first before we can figure out what terms we have and which ones are like terms. So we're going to distribute the 4. We have to remember that the distributive property tells us that 4 belongs to both of those terms. So when we distribute that, we get 8x minus 12 minus x. So now we can see that we have 3 terms, 1, 2, 3. We're going to look for the like terms, so I'm looking for things that have the same variable to the same power. So I have an 8x and a minus x that I'm going to combine. Those together will give me a 7x. And then I have a minus 12 all over, left over by itself, that has no terms that are like it, so our final answer is 7x minus 12. All right, for our last example, we're going to increase the complexity a little bit. Here we have 2 sets of parentheses. We have an outer set of brackets and an inner set of parentheses. And we also have some negatives in front of those. So we're going to have to be really careful with our signs. I'm going to start on the inside. I'm going to start by distributing this negative 8 to both of the terms inside of its parentheses. So I will rewrite everything else without changing it. The negative is going to change the sign of the things inside, and then they're also going to get multiplied by 8. So we're going to get a negative 8x squared, and then a positive 40. And everything else just remains exactly as it was before. Now I'm going to distribute this negative sign to everything inside. So there are 4 things inside of there that all are going to get that negative, which means all of their signs are going to change. We're multiplying everything by negative 1. So we're going to get minus 20 plus 8x squared minus 40 and plus 1.6x squared. Notice that when I do the distributive property, I no longer need the parentheses. So now we can see that we have something that has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 terms. We're going to look for the like terms. So we have a 24x squared, an 8x squared, and a 1.6x squared. Those are all like terms. So when we add those together, 24 plus 8 is 32, plus 1.6 is 33.6x squared. And then our other like terms, we have a negative 20 and a negative 40. So when we combine those, we get a negative 60. And so this is our final expression, 33.6x squared minus 60. All right, wrapping up what we've seen here. We know that the reason we simplify is to make our expressions clearer. They're going to be much easier for us to work with and to solve equations involving them when we've simplified them. Simplifying is going to happen by clearing any parentheses that you see and combining like terms. And again, like terms are ones that have the same exponent, the same variable raised to the same exponent.